Asingmune, equipment basin kaptokuna, corona ding atokuna, hanig principle hanjano hanabada, other visor yabi. Tamo, kaya lo sandribo. As karangan sa siya na harago.
Kaya no.
First, the top news headlines. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren Singh inaugurated organic outlet in Pune and Bangalore. Sangha Express Delhi proprietor Nisikan Sapam adopted Nongin state bird of Manipur. And massive 7.1 magnitude earthquake shakes Mexico. Good afternoon. You are watching ELITETV and this is HARIPRIYA. Before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government, where face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum of 6 feet, one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from the virus and play your part in fight against COVID-19. And now the news in details. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren Singh inaugurated organic outlet in Pune and Bangalore under Mission Organic Value Chain Development for North-Eastern Region, Manipur today. The outlets were inaugurated through online forum. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh also flagged off 10 metric tons of GI Tech Chakao.
Marketing e-marketing. Any you are not on the work. I think pandemic of Viromani. Mama, we can put the work by 30,000. My name is not head of the Tagalog. So you are not there, head of the Tagalog. Mama, we can send the way with you.
Proprietor of Sangha Express Delhi, Nisikan Sapam, announced that Sangha Express will sponsor the Sangha in the Sangha second home and Nongin the state bird of Manipur from today onwards. Nisikan Sapam made the announcement during Sangha adoption program by the Sangha Express group, Imphal at Manipur Zoological Garden, Iruisemba today. Nisikan said he is very fortunate that he can give some contribution to the existence of the endangered species Sangha, our pride and our love. When they started with just 14 numbers of coexistence of Sangha and wish to see the Sangha population grows up to 100 in his lifetime. Mentioning the state bird of Manipur, Nongin is now an endangered species. Nisikan announced that Sangha Express will sponsor Nongin bird as well as Sangha in Sangha second home from today onwards.
We wish to also announce that Sangha Express will sponsor Nongin the bird, a beautiful bird, which is also our pride, our love. So we from today sponsor Sangha in the second home and the Nongin bird. Sangha second home, when we started, it was 14. Then adagi traimpan the amadi witness like hidra. Then Sangha ahum, 3 of them are pregnant. We hope to see the number go up to 20 in a few months' time.
Meanwhile, speaking to media persons on the sideline of the program, Nisikant said Sangai is so dear to each and every Manipuri that he even used his newspaper name as Sangai as well as his hotel. He feels immense satisfaction in doing whatever he can to adopt the Sangai and feel very privileged, proud and lucky, and hope that there is more Sangai in the future and willing to bear it till he survives. And God willing, if his business goes well, will adopt more animal like the Nongin bird adopted from today, and at that it is not about the expenditure, it is more symbolic, more emotional, and what signifies Manipur should stay alive and active forever.
Impact because Sangai is so dear to each and every Manipuri, and I use my newspaper's name. I mean, I use the name Sangai, I use the name Sangai for my hotel, and I think it gives me immense satisfaction in doing whatever little we can to adopt the Sangai deer, and I feel very privileged, very proud, very lucky, and I hope that we have more and more Sangais, and I am willing to bear it till I survive. God willing, if my business goes well, we shall adopt more animals. And we have adopted the state bird, Nongnin, as of today. So we continue to do that. See, I don't know too much, but I know that that is an endangered bird, and it is the state bird. And luckily, it doesn't eat too much. It eats very less, so the expenditure will be less. But it is more than expenditure. It is more symbolic and more emotional. That whatever signifies Manipur should stay alive, active, and forever. So that's the whole idea behind it.
On the other hand, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Chief Wildlife Warden and Head of Forest Force Dr. A.K. Joshi expressed grateful to Sangai Express proprietor Nisikant Sapam for having adopted the Sangai in the Manipur Zoological Garden for the last 2 years, and now it has been extended for the 3rd year, and said that for the raise of the animal they always face problems, and feeding these animals in the zoo is a challenge and major tax for the zoo. For that, they are depending on the government funds. However, for Sangai, there is no problem as they receive the funds timely from Sangai Express. Dr. A.K. Joshi further said that they are also in the process of acquiring new animals from other states to Manipur, including 2 pairs of lions. Chief Conservator of Forest Wildlife El Lukhoi and Deputy Conservators of Forest Sanctuary Sanajauba Kuraijam also attended the program.
Sangai is concerned, of course, you all are aware that this is the 2nd home of Sangai, and we have had captive breeding program here going on for last so many years. The present numbers, what our PCF Park and Sanctuary is mentioning, that in 1975 when Sangai was considered to be extinct, Sangai being a very highly endemic animal, there are only 3 subspecies of this deer, serves, this L steer they call it. So the one was in Thailand, one was in Myanmar, and this is the 3rd species, Servus eldi siamensis, and this eldi. Sangai that we have in Kebul Lamjau and the Sangai here. The Kebul Lamjau Sangai, they are the real endemic species with the real genetic pool because they are in the wild. But here in the zoo, there has been some mixing of gene. So we cannot call it the pure genetic Sangai, and that is why, though this facility, the ex situ conservation in the zoo is very important, but equally important is to have some kind of conservation breeding in Kebul Lamjau National Park.
Lilong Bazar Development Club LBDC deeply condemned on the burning down of Lilong SD office at Lilong Usoipopi on the night of 1st September 2021. The club demanded the concerned authority to look into the matter and to apprehend the people involved in the case, and also appeal not to change the SD office to some other location as the locals will face problems. The club further added that if the people involved in the case were not apprehended soon, various forms of protest will soon begin. Center for Development Activities CDAC Wangjing, under the auspices of National Mental Health Program NHM, State Health Society Government of Manipur, opened daycare center for persons with mental illness. Center to be run by public-private partnership model, PPP model at Wangjing, Thoubal district, and also organize a targeted intervention program on suicide prevention. The program was organized at CDAC Complex Moirang Them Lerak, Wangjing Bazaar. Speaking on the occasion, State Health Society Government of Manipur State Mission Director Dr. N. Samjai Singh, as the chief guest, expressed that the daycare center for persons with mental illness was the first project in Manipur that was opened with the Ministry financial support, urging the people who are mentally struggling to consult with the center's experts, doctors. He also added that if the running of the centers becomes successful, initiative to open center in the district of the state will soon be taken up. During the technical session of the program, DMHP Thoubal District Nodal Officer Dr. Gina Haikruzam talked on prevalence and causes of suicide. Manipur State Mental Health Authority Member Secretary Dr. KH Robindra Singh talked on identifying of a suicidal person and approaching him or her, and District Mental Health Program DMHP Chandel Psychiatric Social Worker Dr. M. Susil Kumar Singh talked on welfare scheme of persons with mental illness.
Mayam wakan mayartaba, they tumun jamung angtaba, and then the wakan jaja kalapa, the knee maram the katene kalapa, the unari by in pai maram de katan kalapa, the tea maram de katan kalapa, Unamokse, upon Hatan Lembiraga, by that expression Siraz Merani, Hatan Lava Wari Sabiraga, and then Waiba, Mama had a door, Machine of Weregane.
Wangu Ohanlup Playground Football Development Association Wangu today started a 3-month football free coaching. Ex-Minister N. Mangi, Wangu Borayang Bijila Parisat member Borang Moirang Mayum Bruzen were the main gaze of the event. Ex-Minister N. Mangi handed monetary assistance for the free coaching. Speaking on the occasion, N. Mangi said that Mirabai had once again proved that Manipur is the powerhouse of India and encouraged the players to do better to reach the Olympics. Meanwhile, ex-Minister N. Mangi also said about a boxing coaching camp at Wangu.
Association Wangu ni Silangduna grassroots level lagi afaba sportmen adugo loina na sana kona pada saknai ba national international gi adugum laba player orek na bagi damakta Sport Development Association Wangu ni Silangduna August ki tarik tara ni toy dagi tha chupna free da senting dana lamdam asigi angang singbu sengat sagat bagi damakta hawai yaw na hona biribo official sing oja sing Sida mateng pangbiri ba punamaku aigi maikai digi haina ngai leitana thagatchari.
Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha BJYM Hairok, joint members under BJYM Mandal jointly contributed to give monetary assistance of Rs 7,300 to the wife of KH Inaugan Elias Brozens of Hairok Assembly Constituency polling number 33/23, who was in desperate condition following her illness. The monetary assistance was handed to the family with BJYM Hairok Mandal President Kundongba Mohanjit leading the group. Speaking on the occasion, Kundongba Mohanjit expressed that he was deeply inspired by Hairok Assembly Constituency MLA Dr. Thokchom Radhishyam's ideology on the need to help each other in times of need for a more unified and peaceful existence among ourselves, assuring that BJYM Hairok Mandal will continue to give assistance to people in need and will also inform the MLA on the current situation of KH Inaugan Brozend.
Members na angamba magi namjaba pesa kara bhagat naraga apana na basi matin pangnabi damta nasi airiba kunong bojen masamak tai khona khagat naru pesa si hoi sinajare jaro matungda akoi na basi gi matin wana kitang sinajabni sigi matungda ko hen phibam kano to boleh raga di aku ini lagi ba haro kendra gitu sing pe mabiri ba aku di honorable MLA Dr. Thosam Rasamda aku pautan jimak tamlaga athu matamda koi sagi ming sangan nabi da mutu ko gi bijay mi satigi haijage aduga mutung de thorpa awana khungda bijay na ngam mating pangni habu wahi simasu nung manungda thajaba thamjari habu wahi kharasi yang matamda.
Now let's take a short commercial break. Do stay tuned for more updates.
Rohan Film, cyclist and philanthropist na Cycling for Humanity campaign gi makhada khunai asigi sotharaba kangluk singbu tengbang duna lakli. Reading e-ride na paikhat chariba one household one e-scooter campaign asidasu hena mapung fa na ba mating pangminers.
Manipur gumba pikraba state asidadi ekoina chachok chachin tawriba jaga singsi khudna lamba phumba jaga da ngakto maram aduna mayam gi damakta leijare environmental friendly oiriba adongi perfect partner e-scooter. One household, one e-scooter. Hariba campaign sida mayam khudimaksu sharuk yamisa.
For more queries, please visit our showroom at Sangai Pronintem Call, Moirang Patlo or Thobal Atokpam. And do visit our website arambai2020.com or arambai2020 app.
Tamo, kaino lo sandribo? As kharangana sasiena harago.
Kaino sibo, kaisa punai sibo.
Hima. Covid ki vaccine kap thosena ngana du phasna haini dudi.
Ai haksang ka stok de. Ai kapoy. Nate, haksang ka stok do ba ingoni da kapa kai ka deno. Ai kapoy hasin.
Tamo, narak dringai dana isana hana sexual hobuna phatro. Kap thopuna phatabra ba.
Hoyare, section mana dum kapuro. Ai kapoy.
As khangdre da. Kamai ngana duna khangdre. Phare, adu de ai chalu khige. Pungo, mamai da kapuge ko, papa ngaleramo.
COVID-19 laisat asigi ngak thok nabagi damak COVID ki vaccine kapna laisat asigi mari lena ba laina laisat singdagi ngak thok sabangami masida natana laisat asina sanghan nabagi damak matam gi sarkar na pirakpa sana kakmon sing aikhoi ngak na satminarasi Cowin apps ta register to piduna adom su suksoi soiduna vaccine asi kap thok pi COVID ki vaccine kap thok tuna COVID laitaba iram dam mo heminarasi
aikhoi vaccine kap le se.
Welcome back and let's see the further details. India on Wednesday reported 37,875 Delhi new COVID cases and 369 deaths as per Health Ministry's updated bulletin at 9 a.m. While the death toll now stands at 4,41,411 as per updated data, India now has 3,91,256 active cases. The total tally of COVID-19 cases has increased to 3,30,96,718. The active cases comprise 1.18% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded as 97.48%, the ministry said. A decrease of 1,608 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 case load in a span of 24 hours. At least 3 crude bombs were hurled by miscreant at the residence of BJP MP Arjun Singh on Wednesday morning at Jagaddal near Kolkata, the capital city of West Bengal. However, no casualty or injury has been reported in the attack. Although the BJP MP was not present at home during the attack, his family members were inside the house. Meanwhile, a political blame game between the BJP and the ruling TMC Trinamool Congress has begun following the attack. West Bengal BJP chief Dilip Ghosh said that the attackers were most probably from TMC. The bombs were hurled at around 6:30 in the morning. Arjun Singh, who is in Delhi, is expected to arrive in Kolkata later on Wednesday. Meanwhile, West Bengal Governor Jagdeep Dhankar has condemned the incident. West Bengal police has launched an investigation into the attack. Security has also been beefed up outside the residence of the BJP MP. A massive 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck Mexico on Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning in India near the Pacific resort city of Acapulco. At least one person died in the earthquake that left behind a trail of destruction in many parts of the country. The epicenter of the earthquake was 11 kilometers southeast of Acapulco city. The only casualty reported thus far took place after a utility pole uprooted and fell on the deceased person. However, no major damage to property has been reported in the earthquake. Acapulco Mayor Adela Roman said that the tremor sparked nervous breakdowns in the city. According to reports, gas leaks have been detected in many residential areas. Flashes of light were witnessed in the sky in many parts of the country as the earthquake caused damages to power grids. Mizoram is the best performing state in the Northeast in regards to COVID-19 testing. The state has conducted tests on over 9 lakh samples for COVID-19, which is more than 82% of its population, 2011 census, an official said. State official spokesperson on COVID-19, Dr. Pacho Lalmal Sauma, has claimed that the main reason behind high detection rate of COVID-19 positive cases in the state was because of good performance in sample tests. He said that the daily infection rate during the second wave of the pandemic was usually high, as most samples were collected from suspected people. Mizoram is the best performing state among northeastern states in the sample test for COVID-19 and also stands at top 10 charts in the entire country. They have tested at least 9,05,112 samples of COVID-19 till September 5, which is 82.96% of 10.9 lakh population according to 2011 census, he added. Pachau also claimed that Mizoram also performed the best in the RT-PCR and TrueNet tests in the Northeast after Assam. He said that the proportion of RT-PCR and TrueNet tests is 26.52% of the total population. He said that the state COVID-19 count now stands 65,696. Before we close, let's see the top news headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthornban Biren Singh inaugurated organic outlet in Pune and Bangalore. Shanghai Express Delhi proprietor Nisikant Sapam adopted Nong instead bird of Manipur. And massive 7.1 magnitude earthquake shakes Mexico. That's all for the moment. Thank you very much for joining us and keep watching ELITETV English News. Till then, take care, stay safe, and have a good day ahead.